I think the biggest challenges facing business today are those of disruption. So wherever you look, any industry, any territory, disruption is ambient. And of course, disruption has opportunity, but it also has threat. And so for any business today, they have to look at how they can reconfigure their business, they can pivot, take advantage of those disruptive forces, but also protect themselves against finding themselves disintermediated by new competitors or people that are just simply nimbler in taking advantage of that. When will the growth curve come to an end? Will there be a recession? What will the recession look like? But actually, when you look at the disruption in industries, the disruption cycles are not only more regular than the economic cycles, they're more profound. And so actually, even though we're all conscious of the economic cycle, the disruption cycles are the ones that are really defining business today. And of course, if you end up with a disruption cycle intersecting with a change in the economic cycle, the results can be drastic and also fairly immediate. And so being on the front foot and being prepared for those disruptive as well as economic challenges is critical. Airbnb is one of the biggest hotel groups now in the world. It doesn't own one hotel room. Uber, for instance, is one of the biggest car hire firms in the world, doesn't own one car. Netflix is one of the biggest providers of screen entertainment. It doesn't own one theatre. So these are emblematic examples of how markets have changed and the technologies available have facilitated that disruption. Of course, with different customer preferences, with artificial intelligence enabling people to understand data in a way that's never been possible to understand before. And also, of course, the marginal cost now of interrogating data and storing data is almost zero. So disruptive technologies particularly have completely transformed certain markets, and I think in due course will transform all markets. So I think one thing hasn't changed, which is the need for leadership. And so strong, clear leadership was important 10 years ago, it'll be important in 10 years' time. How that manifests, of course, might be different. And so because disruption cycles happen so regularly now, the need to be agile is very important. So traditional hierarchical leadership structures don't always work in today's environment. They have to be more based on agile teams, less structured, flatter structures, in fact. But fundamentally, leadership is key to the success of any business. What has changed, of course, is the digital environment. So 10 years ago, people knew this was coming, but didn't really have the tools or necessarily the full understanding of how to take advantage of it. Over the next 10 years, every single boardroom is going to have to be digitally facile. So I think that the chief executive of the future will not be able to do her or his job unless they have a good understanding of how digital technologies play in their market and also their business.